Hello my friends, welcome back to the YouTube channel that I'm in charge of. Today I just want to talk a little bit about an idea that came up in a comment on a previous video that I really like the message of. And that is trying to realise when you're living through the good old days before they become a memory. It all sort of ties into this idea of being grateful for the opportunities and the life that you're able to live, and not taking the simple things for granted. The comment comes in from someone called Bob Dickinson, and they've written quite a lot, so I'm going to simplify it just a little bit here. But if you want to read the full thing, I'll leave a link on the end card for this video so you can go check it out for yourself. He writes that he's 77 years old and he grew up in Iran, and his dream was always to be a helicopter pilot, but it just wasn't something that was possible for him just because of how expensive it is. He writes that people like me can only dream of it. He writes that he gets a lot of comfort out of being able to play video games like War Thunder and IL-2 Sturmovik. There's just a really nice part of their comment that I just want to read out because I thought it was really nicely put. He says, "Flying is something special. Many wish it, many fail it, few get successful at it. It's more than a hobby, a doorway to the skies that many dream of flying in. Fly for us all who never got the chance. Fly for generations before and after you. And most importantly, fly for yourself." It's very nice because it's a message that I think I'm interpreting it as a unique approach to gratitude, where it's being grateful for being able to do the things that you get to do because not everyone else has that same opportunity. But what I really like is that he writes that most importantly, fly for yourself. And I like that because if you take gratitude too far, it's very easy to feel like you don't deserve anything because of how lucky you are to be born into the circumstances that you were born into. Comparison is the thief of joy, they say, but I think the thing that people forget is that sometimes it goes both ways. Most commonly that phrase is used to diminish negative feelings when comparing yourself to someone who is more successful than you, but I think it applies just as equally to comparing yourself to someone who is having a bit more of a hard time than you. Just because there is negativity and problems in the world, it doesn't mean that your personal success and things that you have achieved are diminished to any extent. It's not your obligation to solve every problem in the world. Obviously there's two sides to every coin, and you don't want to take that idea too far because you don't want to actively make the world a worse place. And tying into that, I want to talk about this idea that you should remember your own butterfly effect on the world. The butterfly effect being the idea that you don't know how small little changes can affect the whole universe because one thing leads to another, and small little changes. I think it's also called like the ripple effect, like you chuck a stone into a pond and while the ripples start out small, they expand and become this big thing. And I think a really cool idea is your own butterfly effect, and the fact that you don't know when it's the last time you're going to see someone or speak to someone, and that obviously there are a lot of reasons why you should be a kind, humble person, but this is one of them. That if you're horrible and nasty to someone and you just think, you'll see them again, whatever, like you can be friendly next time, well, you don't know what's going to happen. You might slowly drift apart and never contact them again, or they might move away, or you've got no idea what's going to happen in the future. A good rule me and my dad have is that you don't say next time. If you're going to do something, do it, but don't leave it to the next time. Like if you're at a theme park or something and there's a ride that you want to go on, but there's a big queue, or there's a reason why it would be convenient to not do it today. You're allowed to not go on that ride, but you're not allowed to say next time. And that really helps to reframe that decision into something more tangible. Just core to not taking things for granted, not taking it for granted that there will be a next time. And that comes into this whole idea that I started the video with of realising when you're living through the good old times. And being able to be grateful in the moment is such a powerful concept. It's very easy to be sad that things have changed in the last 10 years of your life and that you wish you could go back to those quote unquote simpler times. But I think if you think about it, that time that seems so simple today, in the moment, was just as massively complicated as any one of the problems that you're facing today. And it's just those problems in your past you're now more well equipped to solve because you've been through them. Realistically, the person that you will be in 10 years' time is probably looking back at you right now, wishing they could have been you and done just a little bit more. So it's maybe worth considering taking the opportunity today to do something for that person who will be reminiscing about now. I really hope you liked that video, and I just want to say that the comments on the last video were like super kind and interesting to read. So if you've got any opinions or your own insight on anything I talked about today, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more of this kind of video, make sure you press the subscribe button, because that's how YouTube works, I suppose. Thanks for watching.